Hi everyone, my name is Bon and welcome to my first daily edition. So for this daily edition, I'm going to do a progress report of this week and observe and review next week's work. So, firstly I will start with my individual self-reflect. So for last week's work, my main problem was still again time management, because before that I hadn't known the deadlines before 10 p.m. on which day specifically, so I couldn't send in my work on time. However, I did send in most of my work. No, I sent in all of my work, and most of them were on time except for the D4, DE3 and DE4, because those were not on time because I did not see them when I was going on extra activities. Next, my general problems. So the problems for my main work is that I cannot expand from last week. I cannot expand much on Jack Ma's background or biography in general. And my challenge was actually finding the source to review and talk about Jack Ma's life. However, as an improvement for last week's work, I actually managed to do a whole full DE2 talking about Jack Ma's ideas, how he lives, and his journey to become a successful businessman. Now, for the group's reflection. For the last group meeting, we chose Helen's logo as a representative of our group's logo, of course, and we also talked about enjoyment. In general, for this week, the group doesn't have a lot of problems like usual, for example, writing or maybe some videos. We just need to, in general, to improve in our English, such as our English in our videos and writing, and basically just improve our work in general. Next week's work. So for the main work this week is going to be finding joy and enjoyment in our work. This is because Mrs. Pratt in the meeting asked us about our enjoyment of the DE4, which me and Lam said that it was pretty easy, so that was why we enjoyed it. However, Mrs. Pratt didn't accept that as a reason to enjoy it, and she said that enjoyment is like real joy in doing it, like it motivates us from inside. So the main work is going to be on enjoyment on work. For the second daily edition, it's going to be a support of the main work. So I'm going to do hypothetically for the main work, depending on how I do my main work, but mostly for my D2, I'm going to support the main work in mental health. Like how does enjoyment help our mental health or affect it in positive and negative ways. In conclusion, all the information that I've said above counts for progress review. As a quick summary, last week's work mainly focused around, for my part, expanding on Jack Ma's understanding and walkthrough of life, as well as improving my general structure and writing in general. For the group meeting, we chose Helen's logo as the representative, also asking Tony for his opinion on Helen's logo. And recently, I found a message that Long has sent to Tony about trying to talk about his logo, that if he didn't want to use Helen's logo, he could use Long's logo instead, because Long's logo was the second most approved. So, that was all from my first daily edition. Have a nice day. Good night. Bye.